Eric Snidel.
Today marks day number 4 of at least 60 degrees in the Rochester area. Not just here, obviously. Pretty much everybody in western New York is on day 4 of this. Live view of some of our cameras across the thruway as you get ready to head home. It's about 4:17, a little time before we get to that 5 o'clock rush. But what you see now is what you are going to get by 5 o'clock. Sunglasses will be a good bet and plenty of warm air to go around. 64 degrees, your current temperature in Rochester. Your average high, by the way, today would be roughly flipping those numbers. We should be in the mid-40s. We are nowhere close, and it's going to get even warmer as we go into our day tomorrow. Neighborhood temperatures as we march deeper through the evening. This is going to depend largely on if you've got some clouds, you'll stay milder. If you've got more clear skies, you'll drop a little bit quicker, but most of you are falling out of the 60s and into the 50s by about 8 p.m. this evening. Satellite and radar, nice chunk of some clearer air, and this is continuing to push eastward. So if you're watching us from about Wolcott toward Geneva, you still have clouds, but you will not for much longer. It does improve as we start to plow forward here. First batch of rainfall. This was the morning stuff. That is now eastern New York's issue. Our next problem is going to be this storm right here. And this storm is going to be a problem, I think, for a lot of folks, not just in western New York, but the severe weather issues tomorrow are going to be significant. In fact, I would not be surprised if the Storm Prediction Center had to upgrade to another high risk for parts of the Deep South, which, you know, back-to-back like this is almost unheard of. Here's what we've got. High wind watches in effect from Friday morning through Friday afternoon. Typical suspects out of this. You are at Monroe and then areas west of Rochester. We call this the Niagara Frontier, and that tends to be your bigger issue when you've got a wind coming out of the west-southwest like we suspect on Friday. Prior to that, we're going to have a few downpours that develop within those partly cloudy skies through the night, but pretty quick hitting. We don't expect much out of that. And tomorrow looks like a pretty nice day. I don't have highs that stop at 65. I've got highs tomorrow in the low 70s under partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow is probably the warmest one out of this stretch, and then we get into Thursday night. Now here comes the rainfall, and some of this rain could be locally heavy at times, embedded with some thunder as a warm front lifts northward. Now I have to watch as we go into Friday here. There's a chance that some of these storms could be a little frisky by the end of the morning toward the early part of the afternoon. We'll keep an eye on that, but for now, this is mainly a how much rain are we going to get and how strong are the winds going to be. Our in-house model suggests we should have flood watches up. I am not a believer that we're going to end up seeing 1 to 2 inches of rainfall area-wide, but I do think a lot of you can expect at least ½ an inch, and yes, some of you will get an inch of fresh rainfall, which we desperately need. Then we've got the high wind watch situation, so here's how we paint this. Roughly from Rochester northward to the lake, and then westward toward Lake Erie. That's going to be your biggest issue. Wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour. And then the 60-plus area favors, I think, spots closer toward Buffalo. We probably don't do much better than 60 in Rochester, given this setup. Colder air coming in from there. Weekend noticeably chillier. You got more rain moving in on Sunday. Some of that could actually mix with wet snowflakes, John, by the end of Sunday night.
Oh, you're going to be busy these next few days.
I believe so.